Hello guys, and welcome to my thoughts and my opinions on everything. So we'll start off with just sort of the PvE elements, then we're going to go over trials, and then just sort of wrap it all up, and then just go over what I would want to see in the next season. So let's start off with the PvE aspect of Seraph Bunkers. The Seraph Bunkers were not too bad. It was actually really interesting just clearing them out and just upgrading them. It felt like you were making some sort of progress. But the problem was the fact that the only way you would make progress is essentially either just grinding out, legendary lost sectors or grinding out very boring bounties, which unfortunately became sort of what everything progressing based was for it. Not only for, the Seraph Bunkers, but also for Guardian games. And that was just sort of a big waste of time, and it just felt more like a chore than anything else. The public event, it was a cool idea, but forcing people to do it over and over and over again is just not fun, especially since there's so many issues already with it, with the limited fire team aspects, the limited amount of people that could be in one session, and just the overall sort of feel of you need a full team to even do this properly. It felt bad. It felt terrible. It was not something that seemed thought out really well. And like I said before, with Guardian games, it was just a shit show over there. You just had bounties. That was it. Heir Apparent was cool, but everything else was just bounties, and it was just annoying. Moving on from PvE to PvP, we're looking at Trials, and Trials was a really cool idea, and I actually loved it for the first weekend. And then cheaters and disconnects and just, tryhards and exploiting the system in terms of grinding out loot. It just became annoying, and honestly, everyone else is kind of in the agreement that it's just now just a waste of time. There is no real reason to go for it, and it's just, it's not fun. It's not fun anymore. And I feel like that's kind of a sad thing, especially since back in the day, it was fun. It was great. It was amazing. But now it's not, and it's just, they need to fix it. They really do. Good thing is that, they're fixing some parts of it, but they need to fix the anti-cheat stuff. That we need to get rid of those cheaters, and then it will be fine. Now we look over at the whole Grandmaster Nightfalls, and the Grandmaster Nightfalls weren't too bad. They were actually really nice. They were actually one of those ones that made it challenging. However, our side of the, completion type deal, there really wasn't a use for them outside of getting, the title, and that was it. The loot table was terrible. Honestly, if they made it a little bit more enticing, I would see a lot more people going for it. Even if it's for just a one-time run, it would be 100% better. But overall, I think the challenge was really nice. It felt really, refreshing. It felt difficult, and I kind of liked that part about it. But they could have just changed up the loot table, even if it's for a one-time thing where, you could get more stuff than what you would get in Masters. Now, the story overall, with us taking down the Almighty, that was pretty cool. Again, it was a very slow season, though, because of the bounties and public events and all that stuff. However, the one redeeming quality was the Fellwinder's quest, because it gave us more insight on Rasputin and sort of his intentions with what he did in the past, and just sort of gaining us a more understanding of, what he was doing, as well as giving us a really damn good shotgun. That's a sniper rifle in PvP, and it's amazing. And I think that's one of the best things about it, is the fact that you got this nice story, you got something refreshing from it, rather than just doing bounties over and over and over again. But you did have to start off with a huge community event that, spanned all over the place, with just doing Seraph Towers, which you could have done a little bit better, Bungie. But I'm not going to complain. In the end, we got a really cool storyline. We got a really cool sort of insight into Rasputin, and kind of a big plot twist in, the way that we saw what happened back in Rise of Iron. Overall, again, a few things were good, but majority of it was just not that, entertaining and that interesting. if you just coming back, good job. You didn't miss much on this one, at least. You could have gotten, you know, everything else done and still would have had time for, you know, this season's content. So good for you for you know, having something to do. But if you were hardcore like me, there was really nothing else. And I think we just have to look towards the next season. And speaking of the next season, we really don't know anything. After the Almighty was shot down, we don't know what to do. We don't know. We know that the darkness is coming. We already have the triangle ships within the solar system, but we just don't know what to expect. All we have is an understanding of what's going on with Eris Morn, with the Drifter, and then seeing them near Europa. And that's it. Those are all that we have. We kind of have an idea of what it's named. It could be called, I think, Seasons of Arrivals, but who knows. I'm very interested in this. This is actually a very exciting part, especially since this could possibly be the thing to really lead us into the next year's Comet DLC, which I'm hoping would be, again, a huge game changer. But overall, I don't know. No one knows, and I think that's going to be the more interesting part about it all. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you do want to see more Destiny 2 stuff, do hit the subscription button. You know, subscribe, it's always nice. And yeah, until next time, which will most likely be either tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll see you guys around. Take care.